I am all for that. All right. We're going to get into these NBA Day Christmas games. I like the matchup for the stuff this year, guys, that we saw the 5 games that we have on Christmas. I'm going to start. Well, you know who we're starting off with. The first game features Bryan's team, who's coming off of a loss to the Orlando Magic. Bryan, the Miami Heat, they will be at home battling the New Orleans Pelicans. The line here, it opened at 5.5. Most betting houses have it at 4.5. The Heat at minus 4.5, being the favorites here, obviously. The Heat are favored. Who do you like in this game? And tell us why.
I mean, like, come on. But I mean, it wasn't a great game yesterday. I'll say that much. But I think some teams are just going to look weird in the beginning of the season, just getting into their flow. Miami probably being at the top of that list, given how last season ended, and given that last season ended not that long ago for them. So I'm going to say that, yeah, they'll cover. I don't think it's going to be a great win, and I think Zion's going to be a pain in the ass, especially because they're playing a smaller lineup with Mo Harkless at the 4, Bam Adebayo at the 5, as opposed to last year when they were running Bam at the 4 and Myers Leonard at the 5. They're still playing with their rotations. We haven't seen KZ Okpala yet. Avery Bradley missed the first game due to injury. Myers Leonard doesn't appear to have a role in this team, though they gave him almost $20 million for 2 years, though one of them is a team option. That's obviously going to be a trade bait contract, but I think they'll cover. But it's probably one that even I would stay away from for now, you know? So we'll see.
That's a little shocking coming from you that you would stay away from that. Jarod, is this line tempting enough for you to get in on the action with the Heat and the Pelicans?
You know, when it opened at 5.5, I said, ooh, because I think the Heat will win, but I thought the Pels could cover, right? I thought 5.5 was, all right, that was enticing. I didn't love what I saw from the Heat last night against Orlando, and I think to Bryan's point, and I mentioned this on our first show, those teams that played late into the bubble, the Heat, the Lakers, they're just going to look a little bit slower coming out to start, and it's going to take a little time to ramp up. And I think on Christmas Day, Zion's going to want to show something, show he's the man. He's going to be a little bit annoying, as Bryan said. And then, you know, whoever's going to chase JJ Redick around all day, that's also annoying as hell too. So I just feel like that all those things to me tell me I still like the Heat because I think they'll find a way, but I like the Pels to keep this very, very tight, a one-possession game. So I might take the Pels to cover here.
Oh, wow. Okay. Taking the Pels to cover. Murph, what are you doing? We know you need to get some money after all that you spent on the kids' Christmas gifts. You put a little money here on the Heat or the Pels?
Yeah, I'm going to put some money on the Pelicans. You know, that's my new team, by the way. So I watched them very closely. I love watching Zion. But in all seriousness, the Pels looked really good in that first game. You can see they play defense this year, which is a great thing. I'm old school. I love defense. I think that's the first sign of a good team. And they beat a very good Toronto team pretty easily in the second half. And Zion didn't even play that well. I mean, he had 15 points, 10 rebounds, but he did nothing in the first half. He got into foul trouble. So it was basically he showed up in the second half. Brandon Ingram looked great. Lonzo Ball looked pretty good. So I'm very high on the Pelicans this year. They seem to have be gelling already. So I like them in this game. I know the Heat will want to win this game since they lost their opening game. So they're going to come out, really play hard for this one. That's one reason I like the under. I think I have 226 as the over/under points scored. I do like the under because both teams are going to play defense in this game. So I could see I like going under 226. And again, give me the Pelicans plus 4.5.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Murph. I like the Pelicans plus 4.5 here because I think they're going to keep it a good game. The close game, Their defense is really improved. And I also think it ties into Jarod's other point, which is the teams like the Heat that had such that deep run, they're going to get off to the slow start in a way of not that they're going to lose a lot of games, but I think there are going to be some periods where they'll play sluggish, and we'll see that too. Also like it to be a strong defensive game. I would take the under as well too in terms of total points in this game. I would absolutely look at that. So I think it's a strong defensive game. The Pelicans are inspired to play defense hard under the new head coach Stan Van Gundy. we'll see how it turns out. So 3 of us have the Pelicans here. But I will say this. I understand why Bryan also talked about staying away from this game. You might not maybe want to take this game. But come on, everybody who's watching this. Bryan is going to take the heat all the time. it doesn't matter. It's
a 6.5 point spread. There's 6.5. If they win 108, 101, they cover.
No, it's 4.5.
It's 4.5.
They could win 108, 103.
They couldn't cover. You like Miami to win a tight game? Okay, maybe. Okay, that's fine. But
Bam might get a triple double. But
you want Bam to get a triple double.
I do want to see what happens when Bam and Zion get cross matched on each other. That to me will be interesting. I just want to see when that happens.
By the way, Steven Adams probably. Maybe we'll get to this in our props. Steven Adams might have a lot of rebounds that game because when Bam is at the 5, sometimes he's pulled away from the rim. Like this is a game where Steven Adams might have one of those 11-18 stat lines too.
I could absolutely see that. All right, next game. Matchup